And I thought I felt cold watching this movie. Hey everyone, welcome to another review, and here's my review for the movie Wind River. Yes, Wind River stars Jeremy Renner, Elizabeth Olsen, and Jon Bernthal, and this movie is written and directed by Taylor Sheridan. Yes, Taylor Sheridan makes his directorial debut with this movie Wind River. Yes, he is a screenwriter, he's written in other films before, and he's even acted in television shows. Yes, he's been in such shows as Sons of Anarchy and Veronica Mars. Then he got into movies and started writing some films, and he wrote some quality movies. He wrote movies like Sicario and Hell or High Water, amazing films, and I was really excited for his new movie because I heard when this movie came at Sundance, it was a big hit with most critics, and again, I love Taylor Sheridan's writing. He was writing, and India was also directing this film, was making his debut as a director, and it looked like a great film, and I love mystery movies, I love suspenseful thrillers, and I love atmospheric films, and yeah, this movie looked like it had the whole package, and again, I was excited for this movie, and I finally got to see the movie Wind River, and yeah, what's the story about? The story is about this rookie FBI agent played by Elizabeth Olsen, and basically, she has to investigate this murder that happened at this native reserve, and she has the help of this, tracker guy, this hunter guy played by Jeremy Renner, who has this very dark and disturbing past, and basically, they have to work together to find out how this young girl was murdered. This girl was brutally murdered, and yeah, they have to work together to find out what happened to her, and who's involved with this investigation, who's involved with this murder, all at this native reserve. And this entire movie is in this big snowy place where it's really cold, it's really freezing, and just like when I watched The Revenant, I felt freezing cold watching this entire film. It felt so icy and so cold. I was warming my hands up every second I was watching this movie, and yeah, this movie made me feel really cold, and that's just thanks to good direction and stuff, and yeah. Wind River. I love this movie. This is a great film. This is a really good movie with great performances, great thrills, great atmosphere, great cinematography, and just an all-around well-crafted film, and yeah, I thought it was a really great movie. Is it as good as Sicario or Hell or High Water? Not quite. I had a more impact on... Those movies had more of an impact on me, Sicario and Hell or High Water. Just something about those movies, I just absolutely loved those films after I saw it. Maybe I have to watch this movie a few more times to get the huge praise, but I remember leaving theaters, seeing Sicario and both Hell or High Water, and I just adored those movies, and yeah. I felt almost the same way about this movie. I remember leaving the theater just actually this afternoon, and I'm like, that was a very good movie, and I really enjoyed it. It didn't blow me away because there's nothing really uniquely fresh about it, but it's still a well-crafted and really well-made film, so I still really, really loved this movie. Again, it's not as good as Hell or High Water or Sicario, but that doesn't take away any of the greatness this film offers, because this is still a really well-made film, and it's a very intense film, and a pretty goddamn disturbing film. I don't want to say why, but let's just say it involves rape, and it's a little disturbing, and there are some scenes in this movie that are incredibly hard to watch, and yeah, it's still a good movie, though. The biggest strengths, again, is Taylor Sheridan. Taylor Sheridan knows how to write a good story, and he knows how to write good, intriguing, realistic characters. Even characters that seem kind of unlikable and kind of jerky, he makes them interesting, he makes them charming, he makes me want to give a shit about them near the ending of the film, I want them to survive and stuff. I felt like that way with, Emily Blunt's character in Sicario, she was kind of a jerky character, but I still really enjoyed her character, and I wanted her to survive. Same with, Ben Foster's character in Hell or High Water. He was kind of an asshole, but he was such a charming, hilarious asshole. It's kind of like with Jeremy Renner's character. He's kind of weird and strange and kind of looks crazy at times, but he's such an interesting character and is such a well-written and fleshed-out character, and also Jeremy Renner's great performance. It just makes the character all the more intriguing, and I really enjoyed him, and Jeremy Renner gives a great performance in this movie. So does Jon Bernthal and almost the whole supporting cast. I think Elizabeth Olsen is the show stealer. She is very good in this movie. I was a little skeptical. I'm like, can Elizabeth Olsen play a police officer? As it turns out, she can. She is really good. She's very versatile. She really gets into the role. She's a very compelling three-dimensional character, and she just milks the role. I never thought I was watching Elizabeth Olsen and Jeremy Renner. I didn't feel like I was watching Scarlet Witch or Hawkeye. I felt like I was watching these two characters, this FBI agent and this tracker, and they both worked great off each other. They had interesting dynamics with each other, and yeah, they both did amazing jobs in this film, especially Elizabeth Olsen. The cinematography was also really well done in this movie. The shots were really well laid out. There's great tracking shots. There's great establishing shots. And again, all the shots with the snow and stuff, when people are walking in the snow, it has really good sound. It feels like you're walking in the snow with these characters. Again, with the shots of the people's faces and stuff, you feel like you're cold with these people. That's all thanks to good sound mixing, good sound editing, good cinematography, and also great performances. And yeah, the sound and the cinematography was really well done in this film. And yeah, the movie has a good mystery as well. I didn't know where this movie was going, and that's what I liked. And near the ending, I was starting to pick it all up. I'm like, okay, I think I know what's happening. But throughout the first two acts of the film, I did not know where the movie was going, so I was on the edge of my seat through most of the film. The movie does have sloppy moments in the third act. Again, I won't spoil what happens. There are moments that I wish played out differently, and I thought it was a bit sloppy. A few things happened in the third act, and just it didn't make much sense to me, and the movie could have flowed a little bit better. Again, I'm speaking in riddles because I can't spoil anything, but there's just a few things I would have done differently in the third act of this movie. Other than that, this movie is great. I think it's very well done. There's a couple problems in the third act, and the movie doesn't have the impact on me like Sicario and Hell or High Water, but those are the only problems I had with it. It's just not as good as Hell or High Water, Sicario, and it has a few problems in the third act. And that's about it. Everything else is really good. The story's good, the script is good, the direction is good, the performances are good. You feel like you're in this story with these people, and yeah, it's a really brutal, realistic, suspenseful mystery thriller. And I would definitely recommend this movie. If those trailers for this movie pumped you up, then I think you're going to get all your money's worth for this film. If this movie looked interesting to you, then I think you will probably love this film. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give the movie Wind River an 8.5 out of 10. So yeah, check it out. If you love good, dark, atmospheric mystery thrillers, check this one out. It's a good one. So yeah, that was my review for the movie Wind River. So in the comment section below, please tell me, what is your favorite movie written or directed by Taylor Sheridan? Mostly written because this is the only movie he's directed, but out of his 3 films, Sicario, Hell or High Water, or Wind River, out of his 3 films, what one is your favorite out of those 3? My favorite is still Hell or High Water, but Sicario is a very close second. But what is your favorite? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.